I have to sign in so I can chat in the chat for the chat. Okay. Um. I need I need this URL. I need the URL. Thank you. Okay. Okay. Almost ready. Hold on. Let me do this. Okay. Wait. Okay. Now, here we go. All right, what's up, y'all? Um, so the last time I made a voting tier list thing was like fucking oop, there you go. Was like I don't even know. Was it I think it was last year. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure it was last year. So this is going to be pretty fun because I've seen a lot of anime since um since my last thing. And I know I haven't obviously been recording it because I only did that for Hunter x Hunter, which if anyone's still here from the Hunter x Hunter days, I appreciate you. I hope you like some of the gaming stuff that's been on here, or if you're not here for that, I mean, there's still some anime stuff. We're about to vote on some stuff. And there's a lot to get to. And I don't want to spend too much time um, voting on this or going through this because I want to not have this be too long. So I'm going to turn the fan on because I'm hot as hell. Hold on. So much fucking better. Y'all don't know how much I needed that damn fan. All right, here we go. There, there will be changes with what I have ranked from last year to this year. Bitch, I thought there was a fucking fly or a net or something that was just flying across my face. I was about to say what the hell, but it was dust because the fan's on. Okay, I don't fuck with bugs, y'all. All right. Yeah. So there's going to be some changes with where some things were ranked before. My fan's making creaky noises. Hopefully I don't die. So anyway, we're going to get started, and there's a lot of stuff to get to, and you can't see it all because my pretty face is blocking it, but that's okay. So we're going to start with 86. 86 actually the greatest of all time. It's the greatest of all time. Not actually, but for me it is a really great anime. Um, it's only like 20 something episodes, 25 or something like that, but the storytelling, the animation, the story, right, which I just said twice, but seriously, like, yes, there are mechs, but not really. It's not like a Gundam, right? It's not like a Gundam, but there are still, humans and some robot stuff doing some fighting, but a majority of the show is the human element of it. And like any show that can make them get a little bit teary-eyed is automatic A tier. Then it just needs that extra it needs like that certain factor to make it S tier, and 86 has done that. So 86, one of the few animes that will be in that S tier. Attack on Titan, I mean, look, you can't see, I forget you can't see right here. Attack on Titan, everyone knows Attack on Titan, obviously. I remember, I think I watched it like after I watched Demon Slayer. I was still kind of new to anime. I think I had seen Death Note, Demon Slayer, and then Attack on Titan. So I remember, I'm not gonna get into heavy spoilers for Demon Slayer, but that one episode in season one, you know what it is. That fight, it blew me away, by the way, that fight at the time. Um, and so I was like, I wonder what animes can evoke that same kind of emotion and reaction out of me from just watching it, right? Can I get invested enough with the show where I can have another episode of that title? And Attack on Titan had that, and I'm not going to say which one, obviously, but Attack on Titan, very good. I did do a recording session of the final season, I think not at the very beginning of season 4, but when the walking happens, let's say that. However, it is not S tier for me. It's not S tier for me. Because it's incredible. That's why it's going to A tier. It's incredible. It is incredible. What Isayama, right? Is that his name? What he did with AOT is incredible. It was a great experience. I had some great moments watching it. But it doesn't have that extra that certain things about it that makes me want to put it into S tier. But it's still very good. Assassination Classroom, same thing, it's going to be an A. And by the way, as I rank these, I'm probably going to adjust like the order, like left to right, or like best to, the least of that tier. But Assassination Classroom, and I can't really tell with how that looks, but that was also really good. As I mentioned, any anime that can make me emotional is an automatic A tier. It doesn't have that extra like 86 did, but I did not expect Assassination Classroom to make me emotional as it did near the end when that event happened. And again, if it makes me get emotional in any kind of way to an extent, it's automatic A tier. It's just how. That's it. Black Butler. Okay, Black Butler is going to go into B tier. And as I go through these listings, I'm not going to go too deep into it because, spoiler, obviously. With Black Butler, I remember that it was kind of like a big thing when it got moved to Crunchyroll from Funimation. And for I'm not gonna lie, for all of season 1, I was kind of confused on what the story was per se. Like where we were going. Was this going to be like every season something completely different? What's the vibe that we're looking at here? I for the longest I was not sure what that looked like. But in season 2, kind of the same thing, to be honest. Season 2, first of all, it was anime canon. Anime canon, but not actual canon. So it has no real like anything to the actual story. Season 2 is basically its own story. So the first 2 seasons, the first half of season 1 was pretty good. I enjoyed it. The relationship between CL and Sebastian is kind of great. Sebastian, Meyuda, whatever kind of shit he would say. I like their dynamic. I do. So first half of season 1 was good. Second half, and season 1, yep. And then season 2, again, But then every season after that, 3, 4, and now currently 5, right? There's Circus, the ship, and then the school, and now this one. Anyway, every season after season 2 made me finally well, I knew when I got to season 2 what was happening, but I didn't know what the continuation story was going to be. But starting in season 3 was when that became clear. And I kind of wish that Black Butler was a little bit more, oriented at the beginning so it can be consistent throughout. But I did really like the Book of Circus. I really loved that mystery aspect of it. I liked the ship. The ship movie was cool. And I really liked the public school arc. Cloverworks took over and the animation just skyrocketed in quality. It was kind of crazy, a little bit jarring at first, but still, I do enjoy Black Butler a lot, and I am watching it as it's coming out right now because the newest season just started last week. So I am currently watching it. It's B tier. Blood Blockade Battlefront. I'm still watching. I'm currently watching this right now. I have a list of anime that I'm interested with, and I put a number next to it, and then I go into RNG generator and I let it spin, and whatever number it lands on is what I watch. So there are some animes that I want to see that are on my list that I just haven't got yet, and I'm never going to veto the wheel. What the wheel tells me to watch is what I'll watch. It just makes it more fun when you actually get something you want. But also when you get a sleeper they didn't know about, it's like, whoa, that's actually really cool. So right now I'm watching through Blood Blockade and Slime. Spoiler alert when I get to Slime. But I I can't really say how I feel about it right now because I'm still watching it. So yeah, I'm not actually going to say if it's good, bad, or whatever because that's kind of like leading you in a direction. I'll just say I'm still watching it. We'll just leave it at that. Black Clover is S tier. Black Clover is S tier. It's S tier. I really don't know if it's my favorite anime. Another one on this list might be my new real favorite. If anything, it's a 1A, 1B. But I really like Black Clover. Yes, the animation was rough at the beginning. I will say that Asta never annoyed me. I thought he was fine. But when you have an anime with that many episodes, like 170 right now, and you're still getting important plot information in like the hundreds of episodes, I think that's really cool. Now, that is not going to pass for One Piece. I am never watching One Piece because I'm not about to sit and watch 1,000+ episodes. I'm sorry. It's just not going to happen. But in a case of like anything under, 200-ish episodes, I can see 300 because I do want to watch Naruto. Anything below 300, I'm okay with, episode-wise. Beyond that, so Black Clover is at 170. We're on a hiatus. I don't know how much is left. The manga is almost done. So I would say that Black Clover might end up with like a little under, maybe around 200 episodes. I can see Black Clover being. But again, I love the characters. I love the Black Bulls. Again, I love Asta. I love Luck. I love the whole storyline. Everything about Black Clover, I love. And that's why it's up so high. And I'm glad that the animation has improved so much as, it got to the later ends of the seasons, because it deserves it. And the movie, too, was also really good. The movie was also really good as well. So, I'm just turning down the background music a little bit. So, yeah, I'm glad that it's giving some more love. But Black Clover S tier. Blue Exorcist is B tier. Kind of the same thing a little bit with Black Butler, where at the beginning, I knew what was happening, but I added Blue Exorcist to my wheel at the time because I think I saw an ad for it on Crunchyroll, and sometimes I do that. I would see a random anime and I'm like, oh, I'll add it just if it looks interesting. But I knew nothing about it. I know nothing about any of these animes before I watched them. So the first season, I think I liked it. I think again it kind of did a Black Butler kind of thing where the later half of season 1 was all anime original and it does not impact the story. And season 2 basically picks up halfway through season 1. Kind of goofy. But the last 2 seasons of Blue Exorcist, which is I think 4 and 5, have actually been really, really good. Season 3 was when I was like, okay, hold on, it's kind of cooking a little bit, Blue Exorcist. Then seasons 4 and 5, especially the most recent season 5, that was an incredible season. And I don't want to get into spoilers, but the backstories in that season, I did not think that Blue Exorcist had this in it. I did not think it was the case. I thought it would be like around a C tier-ish kind of anime. But the last 3 seasons have actually really, really surprised me. And I just did not expect Blue Exorcist, with not being that popular, to have so many seasons still coming out. But that's kind of the appeal of it. So I actually really like Blue Exorcist, but so it's B tier. Angel Beats is A tier. Angel Beats is A tier. Because, as I mentioned, you make me emotional, automatic A tier. Emotional. At the end. It's kind of funny. The story, it's not really funny at all. But, I don't know. I liked what the story was. I like the aesthetics of it, right? I don't know what year it came out in. You can tell it's a little bit older, but I just really enjoyed watching it. I don't know what else to say. I just really enjoyed watching it. So Angel Beats is 18. Blue Lock. Last year, I had Blue Lock as S tier for a lot of good reasons. The animation was incredible, right? It was a new take on sports anime. I really, really liked Blue Lock. I like Blue Lock a lot. And then, what was it? Season 2, right? Yeah, season 2 happened. PNG Lock. It's unfortunate that there were so many still frames in season 2, and season 1 had that too. Let's not get that twisted. Season 1 had a lot of still frames also, but it still had a lot of movement. Blue Lock has so much slowdown and monologuing, as you know, Isagi is talking about what he's trying to do and the whole thing. But an anime always does that, obviously with slowdowns and whatnot. Like, okay, how realistic, right? But Blue Lock really takes it to that next level. Truly, it takes it to that next level. There's a lot of slowdown with Blue Lock season 2, and I mean, it is what it is, right? But I still enjoyed it. I still liked watching Blue Lock. It's not S tier anymore, I can tell you that much. I'm gonna have to put in B tier, bro. And that's a drop. S tier to B tier. If the next season is good, it will go to A tier. It will go to A tier easily if the next season is good. But right now, I don't have as much faith with them. I need to see what they do. So Blue Lock is B tier for right now. All the B's are in B tier. Bungo Stray Dogs S tier, damn near number 1. How you fucking doing? I'll do that later. Bungo Stray Dogs is peak. Bungo Stray Dogs is peak. If anyone tells you otherwise, they are wrong. Season 1 of Bungo is the weakest of Bungo, in my opinion. Every other season of Bungo is great storytelling, great animation, great fights, great characters. It's one of those animes where the supporting cast outshines the main character, because the supporting cast has so much depth and just originality with them, right? Backstories. Bungo Stray Dogs is incredible. It's also one of those animes that does like that kind of like transition where as the episode is ending, the ending song starts to play as the scene is going. That shit hits, bro. It fucking hits. So Bungo Stray Dogs is the 1A or 1B with my Black Clover. I don't know which one I prefer, to be honest with you. I like both for different reasons, but they are both S tier. Bungo and Black Clover are incredible. I might give the edge to Bungo because it's just that quality. Because Black Clover again suffered from animation issues at the beginning. Bungo is just straight quality to hold throughout, besides season 1 being a little bit weak in terms of like what was going on, but still some good stuff happening in season 1. So Bungo Stray Dogs, I can't speak highly about it. So underrated. Classroom of the Elite is A tier. Okay. I like Classroom. I think I need to say a little bit more. The white room, the wet room, red room, whatever it was, I need to see more of that to see if I can actually bump it into A tier. So I'm actually going to take it down to B tier, Classroom of the Elite. I do still like it. It's fun to watch. Again, it's no real action. It's just wits, students outsmarting each other. Really, I have Koji outsmarting everybody else. Animation's incredible. I'll make it B tier. I want to see more of it. I want to get like a wow moment with the story. Right? That's kind of what I'm waiting for. So I actually put Classroom of the Elite in B tier. Code Geass. Code Geass. You know what? I'll make it A tier. I like Code Geass. Um, I was actually kind of against Code Geass at the beginning because I was like, again, I'm not big into mechs, and Code Geass is like the closest mech-looking thing to Gundam. Um, and you know, I just wasn't. I'm not a big fan of mechs, but I really liked Lelouch. Um, Lelouch, right? Lelouch. I really like him. I like his voice actor. I just like how it sounds. It's kind of weird, but I like how it sounds. But I like the story. I like what was happening with it. Um, it surprised me because again, I was biased towards it in a bad way before I started. Why did I have it on my wheel? For the sake of it, right? But I did actually enjoy watching it. So, um, Code Geass, I'll make an A tier. It didn't make me cry or anything, but it was very good. Yeah, it was very good. It could be in B tier, but it's a little bit slightly above B tier. So, I'll keep it at that for now. Chainsaw Man. Chainsaw Man. Um, there's only 12 episodes so far, obviously. Chainsaw Man, I'll put it. Oh, oops. I did not drop it. Hold on, I didn't drop it. Chainsaw Man. The fact that I'm trying to remember a lot about it maybe says a lot. I'll probably put it in B tier. Obviously, Chainsaw Man had a lot of hype with it. Before I got Chainsaw Man, JJ and JJK, there are two opening songs, the main ones, right? I purposely chose not to listen to until I actually got to the anime, because those two songs, Kickback and Kai Kai Kitan, is of course very, very popular songs, right? They're very, very popular, like 400 plus streams on Spotify, million obviously alone, like that's insane. So I purposely held off on listening to those songs until I got the anime. So that elevates Chainsaw Man and JJK in my book for that reason, even though I'm not ranking these off of their music, but in this case, it was a big part of it. But still, story-wise, the Chainsaw Man, it was fine. I mean, again, it's only one season so far, 12 episodes. Like, there's not much you can do in 12 episodes, unless you're erased. But speaking of Erased, I saw Erased, and I didn't put Erased on here. Actually, that's my fault. But same with Frieren, actually. I've seen Frieren, Erased, and I'm watching Overlord right now. Damn. Too bad I forgot to put the one there, because I'll put it in the comments. But Chainsaw Man getting B tier, it was fine. I mean, Denji is Denji. It was fine. Not the biggest fan of Chainsaw Man, but it was fine. Dawn to Dawn is actually A tier because it's hilarious. Dawn to Dawn is hilarious, bro. The first episode, I'm kind of like, what the hell is happening? But then after that, I really like the story. The transformation with Ken to his other form is really cool. The alien people was funny. Like, the whole anime is just fun. It's just fun. So I got put in A tier, man. It's just that simple. It's a fun anime. Dead Mount Death Play is B tier, and y'all probably never have heard. What the hell? Oh, okay, yeah, sorry. Yeah, Dead Mount Death Play is actually something you may not have heard before. It surprised me because the animation is really good. The fights are, well, not too many fighting, but when they do fight, it does look really nice. I was just surprised because I knew literally nothing about it. It has like almost no reviews of Crunchyroll, right? But I'm watching it, I'm like, I like the main character. I forget his name. Polka, I think, actually. I like the main character. Again, I like the animation of it a lot. I like how it looks. There's a lot of things going on in the story. It gets a little bit confusing, but there's a lot of good things happening. So I do like Dead Mount Death Play, actually. It's kind of a little bit of a sleeper. So I'll put that into B tier. Death Parade. Death Parade is going to go in A tier. Death Parade was really good. Again, I really I didn't know what to expect when going into it. I've heard the music of it, you know, the flyers, the opening, and I think it's called flyers, and the I haven't heard the ending, but there's one episode in particular in Death Parade near like the end ish with two people, where the ending of that episode hit so hard because they did the thing where they play the ending song over the scene, but they didn't do that for the rest of the season, only for that one episode. But in that one episode, the bombshell that was kind of dropped at the end, and then when that music hit, oh my gosh, dude, that shit was hype, bro. So that made it A tier for me. That was like one of those moments that were just peak. So A tier is Death Parade. Dr. Stone. Dr. Stone is going to go into A tier. I really like Dr. Stone because I really like the characters. The characters carry the show for me. And the story's fine. I like the story. I like rebuilding civilization, the whole thing. But I just love the interactions of all the characters. It's a pretty big cast, all things considered. But I love all of them. Like, I love when all of them talk. I love their personalities, right? Senku and Chrome are just like, they're so cool. I love those two characters. I love Genro. I love Ukyo. I just love so many characters in that show. And that's why I love Dr. Stone. And then this most recent season, the final season right now, the antagonists of that season, their character designs are so cool. It's so cool, their character designs. And again, it's just I just like Dr. Stone, man. The characters really carry it for me. I love Dr. Stone for that reason. Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer, everyone loves Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer is going to go into A tier, and here's why. Demon Slayer was what really got me into anime. Death Note, which I don't have on here either. Death Note was really, really good. Death Note was my first start getting into anime. Because RDC World, with their skits, they have Light that Mark plays, and it made me interested in the show, so I watched it, and of course I loved it. And then I watched Demon Slayer after that, and Demon Slayer, yeah, it's a simple story, obviously, but what they do right, they really do right. And that's kind of why it's an appeal for me. Like, the animation is definitely a big factor on why I have it as A tier. But with where the story is right now, going into the final arc with the Infinity Castle, these three movies are about to gross $1 billion collectively. I'm calling it right now, because Mugen Train made 500 something million during COVID. This is an anime, okay? If it made 500 million during the COVID era, right? Imagine what three movies of the end game of the anime will gross for Ufotable. And the stakes are high. How in the hell do we still have three antagonists that we know nothing about other than they're super fucking strong? Knowing how the fights are in Demon Slayer, the remaining fights in the Infinity Castle are going to be next level. And I'm hoping that Ufotable snaps, bro. I'm hoping that they snap. Because it could be a spectacle. An actual spectacle. So A tier is Demon Slayer. To Your Eternity, my voice is already getting tired, bro. Damn. To Your Eternity, is B tier. The first episode was really incredible. It really set the tone. It was relaxing, but also, you know, obviously sad if you watched it. But I liked watching it. It was a change of pace for me for sure, because it's slower, but it still has some action going on. I like the story. I like what's going on. Yeah, and To Your Eternity is solid. I think it's a solid anime. Fate Stay Night UBW is going to go into B tier. I have, you can see him right there, Shiro right there, the left side next to, I forget that. Oh, Kaneki. Next to Kaneki. Yeah, the animation is Ufotable, right? We know what they do. But I actually really like that Fate. I don't like how the Fates are different stories like Gundam. But UBW was easy to follow. It was a good story. I liked what was going on. I love the characters. Well, I wouldn't say I love the characters, but I obviously I liked it enough to get a fucking poster on it. So, um, yeah, I like UBW. It was a good watch. I've seen the Heaven's Feel movies as well, but I'll just count it with Fate UBW as B tier. It was good. It was a fun watch, right? That's really all there is to it. Fire Force coming out currently right now. I gotta put it in B tier. Fire Force is easily an A tier anime for me. It's easily an A tier anime for me. But it's not an A tier because of that one fucking character who somehow finds a way to be naked every couple minutes. That's excessive, but every episode or so, she always finds a way to get naked and blames on one of her conditions that she has. That fucking bitch, bro. If she didn't exist, Fire Force is A tier. It's fine to have that quirk with that character, but it's just her constant thing. And it's just like, dude, I'm not interested, bro. I want the fucking story, bro. It's a fucking drawing. But anyway, yeah, so that character alone knocks it down to B tier. Otherwise, it's A tier. Why would it be A tier? Sound design, bro. The sound design in Fire Force is next. That sound design is incredible. Seriously, it's incredible. I haven't heard that great sound design in this current season that's coming out right now, to be honest with you. But in seasons 1 and 2, man, next level that sound design. And the fights too, combined with the sound design, it looks so good. It looks so good, bro. So Fire Force would be A tier, but because of that one character, it's B tier. The flower we saw that day is B tier. It's fine. I kind of meme it a little bit because the main character's name is Jintan, and one of the girls in that show, her voice is kind of high, and so when she says his name, it just sounds so funny. Jintan, Jintan. It just sounds so stupid. It sounds so stupid, but I kind of meme that. But the story, you know, it's fine. To be honest, I don't remember much, but I do know the main premise of it. It was it was a good watch. It's definitely not mid. It was a good watch. I enjoyed it. In fact, would I have everything? Oh yeah, I got some stuff that I go in mid. Press that. But yeah, I won't put it down into mid because it's really not. It is solid. It is solid. So, Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. I think I might have said A tier before, but to be honest, it's not C tier. It's probably B tier. I'm not gonna lie to you. Full Metal might be B tier for me. I enjoyed watching it, but it was recently I watched it, right? Like last year. I wasn't watching it as it was coming out, years ago, so it might have more of like a nostalgic feel for some people. But I enjoyed Full Metal. I did like it. I think I might have had an A tier last year if I had seen it that time. But I'll put it on B tier. I mean, it was solid, right? It was solid. It's not incredible for me, but it was a very solid anime. So, yeah, there's that. And again, I want to really preface my rankings here. Story-wise, complexity-wise, the things that are going on, right? Full Metal has a better story than Demon Slayer in that sense. But Demon Slayer has other things that elevates it to A tier, right? Full Metal is solid. It's a very solid anime, but it doesn't move it up to A tier for me. I'll have it at B tier. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know what the fuck this is. This Vinland Saga? Let's see. I think it is. Yeah. Yeah. This is Vinland Saga. Vinland Saga is, again, it's B tier. Obviously, Vinland's a pretty hot topic for people. I am still on the side. I prefer season 1 to season 2. So yeah, I prefer the action over story development. That's not really the case. I understand the character development that Thorfinn went through. I do. I understand that. But I just wanted to watch a good old fashioned Viking anime of Vikings season one, what that was like. I had watched The Last Kingdom, which is kind of big in the Vikings, and I like that, and I just wanted the anime version of that. And that's what season one was. But that's not the main premise of Vinland. It's a whole other thing. Um, so yeah, that takes it down for me for sure. But I'm not disregarding the character development that Thorfinn goes through. I'm not disregarding that at all. I understand it. It's very good. It's great character development, right? From where it came from. But I'm just saying, for me, with what I wanted, it's going to be two. Haikyuu. Haikyuu is A tier for me because Haikyuu does a really good job of, I feel like, capturing the high school athlete life. I did track and field and marching band competitively in high school, but not like a sport like a volleyball or a basketball, soccer, whatever. Um, and so, one thing I will give, one thing that I will give. Sorry, one second. One thing that I will give, um, IQ is how I guess it balances school life to an extent, human elements of things, and the sports world. And I really love. Now, I used I used to always say Hinata. I think most people probably call him Hinata, but it should be pronounced Hinata. It should be pronounced Hinata, not Hinata. It should be Hinata. That's a Japanese way of saying it, but um, you just say Hinata. I know that Hinata because I've heard it in English dub. I've heard that name in just regular Japanese speaking. We just say Hinata as you read as Americans and all that kind of stuff for Westernized people. But it's supposed to be Hinata. But regardless, I'll keep it as Hinata. I love him. He's the fucking. I love that fucking kid, bro. FBI don't come for me. He's just a great character. He's just so energetic. He's derpy. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Him being short makes him kind of funnier. So that's that. The healer who was in fact banished is in fact mid. Oh fuck me. You know what I mean, bro? It was fine. I mean, I don't do those super big, um, you know, long title anime names. I'm not gonna lie to you. Um, but you know, yeah, eh, it was, it existed, but really nothing too crazy. Here, one sec. My dad's calling me, bro. One sec. All right, we're back. I had to. My dad's doing my taxes and whatnot, so I yeah, need to get answers and shit. Um, I don't know where I left off at. Oh, the mid show. Healer that was banished because the shit's mid. Um, that's fine. Anyway, let's keep going. So Hell's Paradise actually. So Hell's Paradise, I had just seen this. Like I just finished like 2 days ago. Again, it's only 12 episodes and just came out. Mappa loves her 12 episodes. Again, solid. There's a lot of fucking shit in solid. I'm not gonna lie to you. But it's solid, right? It's not an S tier, and it's not on the A tier level. Like everything in A tier has something about it that I just consistently loved, right? AOT, the story, bro, what's going on? Assassination Classroom, the ending. Angel Beats, the ending. Code Geass, really, I guess, the whole thing, but you can say the politics to an extent. The politics. Don Da Don, it's funny as hell. Death Parade, an insane episode that came out. Dr. Stone, characters. Demon Slayer, the animation. And then Haikyuu, just that balance of sports and, you know, funniness and whatever. So, yeah, so it doesn't. Hell's Paradise is not on these levels, but Hell's Paradise was still fun to watch. I still enjoyed it. It has one of the best ending songs I've ever heard. I'll tell you that much. So I really enjoy Hell's Paradise. Hunter x Hunter, y'all know Hunter x Hunter. That was my channel. That's how I started this anime shit, bro. I don't know if I had an S tier before. I think I had an S tier. But I'm keeping it a buck with y'all. It's A tier. I'm keeping it a buck with you. It's A tier, bro. I think I had an S tier before. I do think I had an S tier, but it's A tier because I was not the biggest fan of the first arc, the Hunter exam arc. I wasn't the biggest fan of that one. I really started loving Hunter x Hunter at the York New City arc with the troop. Green Island was fine. I didn't hate it. I thought Green Island was fine. But the Chimera Ant arc, bro, one of the best arcs in anime because of its build-up. Right? Like, imagine building up for like 70 plus episodes in one arc. It's unheard of. Unless you're One Piece. It's unheard of. And I enjoyed all of it. I love the Chimera Ant. It's one of my favorite arcs to ever exist. And the animation has stayed solid throughout the whole series. Even in the beginning, 2013, it was still peak animation. No filler. Nothing. Just straight to it, bro. Seriously, really, really good. Really, really good. But it's not a GOAT. It's not a GOAT. It's close to it. It is close to a GOAT. It is close to a GOAT. But I just can't put it right on the GOAT level. Not anymore, at least. When I look at the actual GOATs that are on there, that is a pedigree. Hunter x Hunter is there. And again, when I re-rank left to right, like best to worst, Hunter x Hunter will be more on the left. But it's not at S tier for me yet. Hyoka. You can't see it. Hyoka. Was fine. I would put it in mid. I won't lie to you. I would put it in mid. But I actually enjoyed watching it. It's a slice of life, which I don't normally do. But I like what they was doing in Hyoka. I like the main character and his like best friend. I really did like that. It was a good watch. I think that it's I'm sorry. Hell no. It's B tier. I'll say Hyoka's B tier. I enjoyed it. I mean, it was a solid watch. It has some things like there's still some scenes I can explicitly remember that I enjoyed watching. So Hyoka is a B tier. I'll give it B tier for sure. Jujutsu Kaisen. By the way, Jujutsu, not Jujitsu. That's a martial art. Jujutsu Kaisen is the difference. A tier. JJK would have been B tier. It would have been B tier if it wasn't for Shibuya. If the Shibuya arc did not happen, JJK for me is B tier. But because of the Shibuya arc, A tier. That shit, bro. And by the way, in Demon Slayer, the Infinity Castle arc is basically going to be Shibuya, I think. I haven't seen the manga, but like with what's happening, all these conflicts coming to a head in one location, it's going to be fucking Shibuya, bro. It's going to be Shibuya, and it's going to be incredible. Sorry. JJK is A tier because of that. I like Yuji, he's fine. I like the salmon guy, he's fine. You know, but I wouldn't lie if I was saying that I was a little bit underwhelmed by JJK at the beginning because of how much hype it had going into it, right? But to be fair, I think it got super hype at the beginning, I think because Lost in Paradise, the song, but also when it got to Shibuya, when that was coming out obviously weekly, I feel like at that point, that was when it really started getting talked about and when it started trending a lot on Twitter and all that kind of stuff. And I can see that. So JJK is A tier. It would have been B tier if it wasn't for Shibuya. Because of Shibuya, it's A tier. That was just an incredible arc. That was just so fucking fun. Ranking of Kings. I mean, it's better than the healer who was banned. Let's be honest, bro. I'll put it in B tier. Ranking of Kings was fine. I kind of memed that show a lot because Boji looks how he does. I'm not gonna lie to you. But I mean, I don't know. Some people have it like super high tier ranking of Kings. I can't put it up that high, I'm not gonna lie, but I think B tier is solid. It's not anything below B tier. It's not S or A, but I think Ranking of Kings is B tier. I enjoyed watching it. Season 2 I didn't watch at first because it's like basically like a recap in a way, but a different perspective. But I did end up watching it and it was still cool. Like I appreciate that, I guess. So Ranking of Kings, I'll make that B tier. Kaiju number 8, I'm not gonna lie to you, is probably B tier 2, bro. It's probably B tier 2, Kaiju number 8. I mean, there is a lot of hype with Kaiju, right? And I don't know what made it so super hype, to be honest with you. But I don't know. It wasn't really. So the studio that made it also does Haikyuu, and when I found that out, I'm like, Production IG is doing Kaiju number 8 from Haikyuu. But it was fine, but they looked, I think it's just the actual creative choice, but it looked a little derpy. But again, I think that was creative choice. But I mean, you know, I knew where the story was going at the very fucking beginning. As soon as we found out the main thing about the main character, I knew exactly where it was going, and that's fine. Obviously, it's been done before. But you know, it was so good in its own right. You know, I think it has a lot of potential. I think it's only been, what, 12 episodes, 2 or something like that. So there's, you know, there's a lot of, is it 12, 25? I don't remember, but there's some good stuff that it can do. So I'll give it B tier. My Hero. So again, right? So My Hero is going to go into A tier. And here's why. Is it objectively like an A tier story? No, it's not. But it's the other things about it that made me like it. I love the school dynamic of kids, you know, fighting off against villains, right? I really like Deku. I mean, there's a lot of episodes in My Hero. I actually like Deku. I like, you know, majority of the cast there. I like what they do. I like just the simple fact of being a kid, a teenager, you know, basically trying to protect your fucking country with your own powers. I like that dynamic. I love the school aspect again, like going to a prestigious school, you know, that kind of like the kind of looks you'll get in public when they say, oh, we went to UA, oh, we went to Stanford, you know what I mean? Maybe not Stanford, you know what I mean? But you know, I just like those kinds of things. When you're a part of like a, you know, a really well-known organization and you have a story around that, people getting admitted into that organization and they're doing things as that organization, I've always liked that. Especially why I like, you know, Harry Potter so much with the different houses. I like, you know, how each house has their own thing, what they do, you know, what they stand for. So My Hero I'll put in the A tier for those reasons. And to be fair, season 6, I was rewatching it with Nicholas Light. Season 6 is actually a lot more peak than I remember. I was caught up with My Hero when season 6 came out. So maybe the week-to-week thing didn't really hit as much as you're binging it. But like season 6, they really snapped in that season. Season 7 was really good too, but they really snapped in 6. 7 was still really good, and now we're in the end game, like that, the final season. And they're doing a lot of good things here, right? So My Hero is A tier. I know it gets clowned a lot, but My Hero is A tier. The fandom, we don't talk about them, right? But the anime itself, it's A tier. Mob Psycho. With the little amount of episodes Mob Psycho has in the 3 seasons, they really snap with the story. I'll put it in A tier. Mob Psycho is really good. Mob Psycho is really good. It's just straight quality. By the way, this is an onion. Not a real onion, by the way. Mob Psycho is just solid. It's just solid. It's just solid. So, what else to say? It's just solid, bro. Mob Psycho is just solid. Mushoku Tensei. High B tier. High B tier for Mushoku Tensei. Mushoku Tensei. High B tier. Rudy is Rudy. I like, if you separate the man from Rudy and just look at Rudy as a kid, I like Rudy. You add in, of course, the man aspect to it, and it's kind of like, eh. But no, Mushoku, it does some good things, right? It does some good things for sure. But I can't really think of something that would make it up into A tier for me. I'm just not, you know, I don't really feel putting it into A tier. Maybe the next season it will. And to be, I do like the story. I like how he keeps maturing as the season goes. I could put Mushoku in A tier. I could, but I don't feel completely comfortable doing that. I don't know. I don't feel completely comfortable doing that. But it's a high B tier. And again, I'll re-rank them as we, like, left to right as we get to the end. Ninja Kamui. It was kind of mid. I'm not gonna lie. Ninja Kamui was kind of mid. I didn't hate the mechs, but I'm not gonna lie, watching on Hulu, because it's not on Crunchyroll or Netflix, Hulu is just not good for anime. It's just not. It's just not. So I can't blame Ninja Kamui for that. When the ninjas are fighting, like kind of like near the beginning, it's some pretty good choreography, but it doesn't really sustain that. I will give it credit though. There's a lot of black people in the anime, and I appreciate them for that. But I put in C tier. One Punch Man is solid. It's B tier. It's funny. You know, I think I was too harsh with One Punch Man last year, putting it so heavily against Mob because, you know, same creator, and kind of saying, oh, I don't really get, but I don't really I just took it too seriously, One Punch Man, I think. Which I think I might have had in C tier, maybe. I think it's actually still B tier. But either way, it's B tier, solid B tier, because I appreciate what it is. It's funny, it's One Punch Man, it's in a fucking name. But there's some good things that happen in it, and I did enjoy watching it. When is it coming back? Apparently it's supposed to. I don't know what the hell's happening, but it's fine. It's B tier. Overtake. Overtake right here is actually B tier. Overtake is an anime I know you've never heard of. It's a F3, I think, F3 sports racing anime. I added to my list because I think I saw an ad for it. I just saw the thumbnail for it. I was like, oh, so I just added it. But I like Overtake. I like the story of it. It was very solid. The main character is such a humble guy. The driver, he's such a humble guy. I like him a lot. Just very cool and calm. I really appreciate it. Like, you have a really great driver who effectively is handicapping himself because he's with a group that doesn't have the funds to really support good racing. But even with that, and with offers from bigger places, he chooses to stay and build them out. And I really fucking love that. So Overtake B tier, I love that. The Promised Neverland reboot the motherfucker. Look, The Promised Neverland, bro, makes me so disappointed. It makes me so disappointed. And everyone said that The Promised Neverland, don't watch season 2. And I knew that. I still did it because I wanted to. It's gonna be that bad, right? Season 1 of Promised Neverland was low-key kind of magical. The mystery aspect of it, these little fucking pubes, right? Kids, those fucking pubes, right? And that horror environment, what was happening with that other race, that whole thing, the mystery behind it, the mom, like, I love that, bro. That was so good. So good. So good. So good. And then season 2 happened, where I guess they said, fuck you. We're not going to build out the story. We're going to basically accelerate the manga in one season and end it with a slideshow. An actual, the last couple minutes of season 2 is a literal fucking slideshow of key things that happened in the manga. I didn't read the manga, but someone told me about it. I looked it up. I've seen it. The potential that anime has, to see it wasted. I think the studio who made that was fucking Cloverworks, which is insane because they're making Black Butler. And they're doing good Black Butler. So what the hell happened with Neverland, bro? It needs a reboot. It needs a reboot. Please reboot it. Please reboot it, man. I'm gonna read the manga, man. Radiant is C tier. Okay? I'm kind of pissed with Neverland. I'm sorry. Radiant is C tier. It's mid. It was mid. It was fine, but it was mid. There's nothing really to talk about. This is the only anime on this list I watched in dub. Can you imagine, by the way? This was the only anime I watched in dub. And it was actually a really good dub for how little known the anime is. But I don't know. There's nothing crazy about it. There's some things going on. There's some interesting things, but I don't think it will really ever be adapted enough to warrant, a higher tier. ReZero is solid for me. ReZero is solid for me. Wait a second. Oh. My fault. Let's go back for a second. This NS is not Vinland Saga. Vinland Saga is right there. This shit is Goblin Slayer. That bitch is going down to drop. That shit was terrible. Goblin Slayer was bad, bro. No way they made an anime only for goblins. Stop it, bro. I dropped that shit after like 8 episodes, bro. I don't drop shit, bro. So Goblin Slayer is dropped. It wasn't B tier. I thought that was Vinland Saga, but it wasn't. That's Goblin Slayer dropped. Anyway, ReZero B tier. Yeah, I've been caught up with ReZero since, well, I guess this season came out, most recent one. But I like ReZero. Solid. Um, yeah, it's just solid. I mean, I don't know why in ReZero the characters' noses are like kind of like red like that. Like it's weird. I don't really love how that looks, like a polished doll, especially with the girls. Um, but it was, yeah, I like ReZero. It's fine. It's B tier. Yeah. Shangri-La Frontier, bro. Shangri-La Frontier. I think it has a fucking oomph. I think it has a oomph. I think it's S tier. I think Shangri-La Frontier is S tier, bro. I think it has that oomph. I really do. I love video games. And I think Shangri-La Frontier does an excellent job of capturing what it's like to be a gamer. The terms that are happening inside the game, right? But then the whole anime is not just being inside the game, too. You have real life, too. Like, they go out the game and do real life shit. When the main story happens inside the actual game. But there's also an outside element of it. Like, there's a whole ass next season coming out that's strictly outside the fucking game. And there's still a lot of important stuff happening inside of the game. I really love how Shangri-La Frontier works. And I talked shit on that anime before. I've seen the profile picture of the show. I'm like, who the fuck does this bird do? This shit looks ridiculous. It looks stupid. But it's actually really, really good. Like, Shangri-La Frontier, the game itself, reminds me of Elden Ring. Just playing through that game, I'm like, yo, this is like Elden Ring. Finding cool loot, battling huge monsters, fights, triggering special events, world events, different maps, the hardness of it, like, I really, smart NPCs, I really like Shangri-La Frontier. I really do like it, man. I really, really like it. I really like Shangri-La Frontier. I really, really do. I really do. Reincarnated Slime, I'm still watching. I watch 2 anime at a time. So right now it's Blood Blockade, Battlefront, and Slime. So again, I'm not gonna have any note about Slime. I haven't seen enough at all, like 4 episodes in, I think. I can't say much about Slime. But yeah, I'm watching it. So next year when I'm finished and I do the next tier list, we'll see where it goes. Sweet Reincarnation right here is C tier. I mean, it's in the fucking name. It's an anime called Sweet Reincarnation. I mean, it's not gonna be that great. It was fine. I mean, I added it because I saw that the anime was called Sweet Reincarnation. I'm seeing a chef, right? But I'm also seeing a guy with a sword. So I'm kind of just like, what? Why? What's happened? Why does the chef have a sword? I thought that was weird, but that's why I want to watch it. Also, my dad's calling me again, so I'll be back. Track stuff, you know how it is. All right, we are back again, as the kids say. All right, let's wrap this shit up, bro. I don't want to be over an hour in like 40 minutes. What is this? Oh, Tokyo Ghoul. Tokyo Ghoul. Reboot, please. Please reboot Tokyo Ghoul. You know what I mean? Like, please reboot it. It's the same story of Neverland. It has potential, but the studio just went a different direction because, fuck you, I guess. But yeah, I wish that you know it can get rebooted because it deserves it. I think Tokyo Ghoul has some good stuff for it, especially season one. Season one was really good. But yeah, it deserves a reboot. Tokyo Revengers. Tokyo Revengers. I mean, I like the music's really good. The openings are very good. But is it incredible? No, it's B tier. It's B tier. It's solid. I think Tokyo Revengers is the definition of solid. It does what it does well, but it's also we're kind of repetitive. Like it's a thug anime, right? You have gangs and they fight each other. I do like the whole time travel element of it to try and prevent certain things from happening. I think that's really cool. Because for the longest time, I had no idea what this anime was about. I've seen the opening millions of times because I love the fucking song and I love the visuals of the opening, but I knew nothing about what was happening with it. And my dad's calling me again. All right, I'll be back again. And we're back. Live streams, am I right? Um, yeah, so Tokyo Adventure B tier. Fine. Vinland Saga B tier was what I said earlier. I prefer season 1 to 2, but I understand the character development that Thorfinn went through, and I'm not disregarding that. I just wanted an old-fashioned Viking anime, which I didn't get, which is fine. Still solid, so B tier. Your Lie in April is A tier, because again, anything that makes me a little emotional, that's an A tier for me. So it was fine. Your Lie was fine, A tier. I kind of wish I didn't know the twist that was going to happen with Your Lie before I started watching Your Lie, because then that would have hit a lot harder. A, slice of life anime taking that kind of turn, you don't see that often, and I love that with how Your Lie did that. But I kind of wish that I didn't see that or know that something sad happened. I don't know what happened, but I knew something was going to happen. So, and as soon as we started seeing the signs, like sometime in the anime, I was like, okay, I see where we're going. But here's what it is. Your Name, I think I really liked Your Name. So I put it in A tier. I think I really liked the whole body switching thing and that whole situation. I think that was cool how Your Name did that. So yeah, I'll say Your Name was A tier. I enjoyed watching that movie. This wasn't anime as well. It is the anime, but movie. But yeah, no, I like Your Lie. And then Zom 100 is a fun ass anime, but it's B tier. It's B tier. Zom 100 is B tier. It was fun. I liked it. I love Akira. I think that was his name. Akira. I don't know. He's just so funny. He's such a goofy character. But I love the colors of Zom. Love the opening of Zom. The dancing part of it. It's just a fun anime to watch, and like to see this white anime character saying that on his bucket list he wants to have dreadlocks, and he does get them. A fucking white guy, a white baby looking face like the main character is with dreadlocks. It actually looks kind of decent with it. It doesn't look awful. Well, it's just funny to me. Like, I fucking love that. I just love that. I would never forget that shit, bro. But that's everything. That's the whole list. So there it is. Lots of B tiers because they're solid, but A and S tier are reserved. A and S tier is just reserved. I'm sorry. But I feel pretty good with this list. If I had to rearrange the order, I think I will have Bungo as my number 1, followed by Black Clover, 86, and then Shangri-La Frontier. I think for A tier, Hunter x Hunter is right there, followed by AOT. I like that. Followed by, actually, I'll put Mob. Sorry, yeah, no, good enough. So AOT, Mob. I can see Angel Beats right there. I enjoyed Angel Beats, man. I really did. Come on. Angel Beats there. I'll put Demon Slayer after Angel Beats, followed by Haikyuu, Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me put Dr. Stone above Haikyuu. There we go. Your Lie. Yeah, no. Your Name. They're like 1A, 1B. I'll put My Hero. Yeah, this re-rank is kind of hard. I'm only going to do it for SMAs here because this is actually kind of hard. I don't feel like thinking this hard. I put Code Geass. I put Code Geass there. Then we can put Assassination Classroom. No, I'll put JJK above that. Then Assassination. Yeah, like that. Yeah, so I don't really feel like doing the rest down there, to be honest with you. So that's my list. I'm gonna save this, by the way. I don't know how goofy this might look. Actually, I kind of want to see if I